Ever pondered over the intricacies of the flow of electrons in electronic components? Well, buckle up, because we're about to embark on an exciting journey that will unravel the secrets of basic electronics components and how they operate. Dive into the world of atoms, where everything begins. The atom, the smallest constituent unit of matter, comprises a nucleus and electrons. The nucleus contains protons and neutrons, while the electrons orbit around it. These electrons are the key players in the electronic world. Their movement is what we commonly refer to as electricity. Now, consider a wire. A wire is just a bunch of atoms lined up together. When one electron moves from one atom to the next, it creates a domino effect, causing other electrons to move as well. This is the flow of electricity in its most basic form. But how does this flow of electrons come into play in electronics? To answer this, we need to understand two key concepts: N-type and P-type materials. N-type materials are semiconductors doped with an impurity that has more electrons than required. This excess of electrons, also known as free electrons, can move freely and are responsible for carrying current in N-type materials. On the other hand, P-type materials are semiconductors doped with an impurity that has fewer electrons than necessary. This creates holes, which are essentially vacancies where an electron could be. These holes act as positive charge carriers. Here's where it gets interesting. When you join a P-type and an N-type semiconductor, you get a diode. This diode only allows current to flow from the P-type positive side to the N-type negative side, thereby creating a one-way street for the electrons. This principle forms the basis of many electronic components. For instance, transistors, the building blocks of all electronic devices, are essentially multiple diodes put together. In summary, the flow of electrons and the concept of holes in P-type and N-type materials is fundamental to understanding how electronic components work. The movement of these electrons and holes, particularly in diodes, forms the basis of many electronic devices that we use in our day-to-day lives. So the next time you use an electronic device, remember, there's a whole microscopic world of atoms, electrons, and holes working tirelessly to make your life easier. Isn't it fascinating to realize how these tiny particles have such a massive impact on our world? And with that, we wrap up our journey into the heart of electronics. Remember, every complex electronic device around you is simply a symphony of electrons and holes dancing together. So, here's to the unsung heroes of our digital age, the electrons and the holes.